guys, and welcome back. I think I'm gonna blooper reel. It's gonna be chaotic. Let's stop screaming. It's Easter holidays. Boys are home. Driving me nuts. Send wine. This video is especially for anybody who is coming to Ireland on a holiday or to live. It's just to give you a bit of a guideline on Irish slang. When you're having a conversation with someone here in Ireland and they are talking about someone, they would say your man or your one, and I used to get very confused as to what they're talking about. But when they say your man, they're actually just saying that guy, or if they've forgotten the guy's name, your man who's down the road, or your one who owes me money. So your one is female for basically that woman. Your man is male, obviously. So it's basically just them trying to describe the person in the conversation without using their name. Your man, your one. If an Irish person comes up to you and says, "What's the crack?" or "What crack?" or "Crack," they're not asking for drugs. They are asking you, what's new? What's up? What's happening? Is it any crack? Is it any good? Basically, what's the crack? Crack means news, means what's up, means is it any good? Now the word sound in Ireland means it's all right or it's cool. That was a sound party. It was a cool party. That was that person's sound. That person's cool. That person's all right. So sound, all right, cool. If someone in Ireland says they're going to call the guards, that means they're going to call the police. The police in Ireland are referred to as guards or the Gardaí. So basically, if they're going to call the guards, they're calling the police. Oh, bless you. Little sneeze there. So grand in Ireland means everything is going to be fine. It'll be grand. It'll be fine. Everything's grand. Everything's fine. Now, in Ireland, instead of saying idiot, they say Egypt. So stop being such an Egypt. Basically means idiot, but with a really cool Irish accent, an Egypt. Quite a shocking thing for me coming to Ireland is what I thought was a swear word, which it isn't apparently, and it's not an offensive word either. It's just a very light-hearted way to say the F word is feck. So he was such a feck in Egypt, or so I really thought it was a swear word, but then I heard it on the radio all the time. So it's not offensive. It's not offensive to say it. It's just the polite way to say the F word. So in Ireland, you'll hear a lot of feckin' happening. So don't be offended. It's not a bad thing. It's just part of the vocabulary. Now, if someone says fair play to you or fair play to you, they're basically saying well done, very good job. They're happy now. They're happy with what you did. So fair play to you. Gas in Ireland is not the gas that you would be accustomed to. Gas in Ireland means something's really funny or hilarious. So that man was gas. That means he is the funniest man that you've ever met. Another word that will also help to exaggerate the sentence is, oh, careful, you knocked yourself out. Oh, sorry, are you okay? It's bleeding. I've often heard people say bleeding. he's a bleeding Egypt, or he's a feckin' bleeding Egypt. So bleeding just exaggerates the phrase of what they want to say. Oh my goodness. If someone comes up to you in Ireland and says that they're looking for the jacks, they're looking for the toilet. They're not looking for a person named Jack. They're looking for a toilet. Or they want to use the jacks. It's a toilet. Gaff. Gaff is your house or someone's house. So we're having a party at my gaff, or there was a party at the gaff house. Another very well used phrase is sure look. So if someone's been chatting to you for ages and you're really not sure what to say anymore, you're kind of at the end of the conversation, you end it off with sure look. That just means nothing else to say, kind of ending the conversation. That's it. Sure look. Now, telephone conversations are very interesting in Ireland because when you'd like to say goodbye, it doesn't just end at bye. It's usually a string of bye-bye, 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 bye, bye-bye, bye, bye-bye, bye, bye. And then somebody might think of something else to say, and then you start it all over again saying bye-bye, bye, bye-bye, bye, bye, bye-bye, bye, bye, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye. Bye bye bye. No word of a lie. I'm not exaggerating. The byes carry on forever until someone clicks off the phone. Now this one's a new one to me. I actually only discovered this a little while ago. I don't know how many times I've fallen prey to this, coming to think about it. If you ask somebody for something or to do something for you, and it's an Irish person obviously, and they say, oh will ya? They won't. They won't. No, they won't. They're lying. It's basically an Irish way to say no. Oh, will ya? No. It's not going to happen. Oh, will ya? No. If you're asking for a lift, that lift ain't never coming. If someone's being described as being dope, that just means hello. They're being silly, acting silly, out of his head. He's drunk, he's acting silly, he's dope, out of his head.
I'm a baby scratching my
Is he scratching? If someone's giving out, which is often used here, the person was giving out, means they're basically complaining about something. Are you bored? When daylight saving ends, you'll often hear people say, oh, that was a grand stretch. That just means the day was lovely and long, because in the winter time we don't get that much sunshine. So as soon as daylight saving happens, we get that extra hour, and then it just moves on later and later that we have sunlight, and people start saying, that was a grand stretch. And that brings us to the end of another video. If you've enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Hit that little bell button. Leave us a comment.
And view.
View?
Yeah.
What do we have to view?
You can also view other people's videos.
And view other people's videos, of course. But like, subscribe, comment. It just helps push the video for more people to see. And we'll see you again next week. Say bye.
Bye.
Okay. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Say bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Like and subscribe and ring the bell.